Hi, I just want to check if you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, hi.
It's me, Orion.
Hi guys, it's me, not Simran.
Oh, right, the audience hasn't met you yet. Guys, she's Zoya.
Yes, I'm Zoya.
She's Zoya.
I'm pretty sure they heard you.
Yeah, but what if they didn't? Guys, she's Zoya.
I'm Zoya.
Okay, I think they heard us now. Okay, so guys, welcome to day 2 of NatCon. Okay.
Yeah. Also, guys, do you want to know why Simran isn't here today?
Because she watched DDLJ yesterday and heard Amrish Puri say Ja Simran Ja.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. And totally not because you annoyed her so much.
Yes, that's the spirit.
Aryan, the audience definitely likes me much more than they like you.
I don't think that's possible, but okay.
But listen, you have really bad pizza opinions.
What do you mean bad pizza opinions?
I mean, you don't like pineapple on pizza.
Who does? Why would someone like pineapple in pizza?
Everyone thinks that pineapple on pizza tastes much better.
Okay, we have an audience of about 200 people. Why don't we just ask them?
Okay, good idea. Everyone, please leave your opinions on pineapple pizza in the chat while we give you a few seconds.
So it looks like the majority likes it without, and I'm gonna win. Everyone, keep putting your answers in the chat, and one of our teammates will count them, and by tomorrow, you'll know which side won.
Okay, since when has this become a competition?
Since the pineapple sat on the pizza,
No, you make absolutely no sense.
and I'm very proud of that.
Anyways, let's begin today's event as it's the most exciting day of NatCon.
We have 3 expert speakers, followed by 2 rounds of the debate competition, along with a showcase of solutions which the activity participants came up with yesterday.
Our first speaker for the day is Ms. Prachi Shivgaonkar. She is a media professional, communicator, and the founder of Cool the Globe, an app and a movement for climate action. Ms. Prachi has helped several sustainable initiatives and businesses craft a communication strategy. She has been mobilizing global citizens to fight climate change through technology, innovation, and grassroots action.
Sounds like she'll be the one to lead us in the revolution against climate change. We now call upon the virtual stage, Ms. Prachi Shivgaonkar. Over to you, Ms.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much, Zoya and Aryan. It's so amazing to be here. And by the way, Zoya, I also like pineapple on pizza. I in fact wrote a Quora article about it. So I'm also from the pineapple on pizza gang. Um, so thank you so much for inviting me here. It's a Saturday afternoon here in Pune, where I'm from. It's raining outside, beautiful weather here. And I have to tell you, there's nothing else I would rather be doing right now than talking to you. And that's because a few years ago, when I started Cool the Globe as a young student like you from my dorm room, I didn't know that people like you existed. I didn't know that there's such amazing young people, maybe on the other side of the world, who can join me on a quest to fight climate change. And just the fact that all of you inspiring people have come together and organized an event like this in an effort to bring people together and in an effort to bring about change, if that can happen, then anything can happen. So thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very, very happy to be here. So I don't know what you want me to talk about. I think I would just like to tell you about why I started Cool the Globe. Um, it just started. It also started when I was a very young student and I wasn't as informed and as amazing as you are right now. I was a bit clueless at the time. But I kept hearing a lot about climate change. And I just asked myself two very simple questions that I think any ordinary person would ask themselves. And the first question was, why should I even care about climate change, right? And so I read up on the impacts of climate change. And I came across sea level rise, global warming, coastal erosion, impact on the Indian monsoon, loss of biodiversity, all of those big, heavy, and scary words. And while that seemed very bad and very scary, I had a moment of honesty with myself, and I asked, do you really care about all of this? And I said, no, I don't care about this to make enough. I don't care about this enough to actually make any change in my life. And obviously I have, like, in my defense, I had a lot on my plate, right? I had just entered college. I had friends to make, I had exams to give, assignments to submit, and I had a lot on my plate. And I thought at the time that polar ice melting in some other part of the world is not going to be one of the things I'm going to care about. And then as a media professional, I got an opportunity to interact with a lot of people from different walks of life. And some of those very amazing and very inspiring people changed my mind. And I want to tell you about some of those incidents today. One of the incidents happened not very far from my home a few years back. One night, it rained extremely heavily. It rained like I had never seen it before. And even at the safety of my home, I sat scared, not knowing what's happening. And unbeknownst to me, a lot of people lost their homes that night because a canal near my house flooded. And in the morning, as I went on a walk to see the aftermath of what has happened, I saw a dead cattle lying on top of a car, and next to them, I saw an old couple struggling to retrieve their only source of income, which was a vegetable cart, uh, now destroyed completely by the heavy rains. That's when I realized that when I hear about flooding and extreme weather events as impacts of climate change, it's not just random words, it's people's livelihoods. Climate change impacts our sources of income. Climate change impacts our livelihoods. And for millions of people in India and outside, it impacts our ability to provide for our families. The second person I want to tell you about is one of the most inspiring women I've ever met. I met her when she was about my age. She was 18 years old. And I met her in a displaced colony of waste workers in Bangalore. She had come from Bangladesh. She was a refugee. She was about my age, but she was already married and she had a small daughter. And the day I met her, I walked 5 kilometers with her to the nearest school district. She went to the school, sat at the doorstep, and demanded that her daughter be admitted into the school. But they couldn't do that because she didn't have the necessary documents and the daughter didn't know the language, Kannada. And so she couldn't get a place into the school. But this woman, she didn't give up. For the next 2 months, every single day, she walked those 5 kilometers to that school. She sat at the doorstep and she demanded that her daughter be admitted into the school. And finally, they found a way around the technicalities and the language barriers, and her small daughter got a place into the classroom. Now, what does this have to do with climate change? Let's talk about millions of climate refugees around the world who have to completely disrupt their livelihoods because of extreme weather events, floods, droughts that happen into their hometown. They have to change their homes, flee into an unknown area, and start their lives from scratch with children in hand. And I realized that this is something that I do care about. And it's amazing young people like you who have today the power to influence the life of another young person. And the fact that you're doing it already is so inspiring. So when I came across many, many people like that, I realized that climate change is not just about the heavy impacts that we hear about. It's about climate change impacts our homes, it impacts our food, it impacts our health, our livelihood. And lastly, it impacts the people around us that we deeply care about. And when I realized that, I decided that I had to do something. And the second question I asked myself was, what can I, as a young student, do about climate change? And I couldn't really find an answer to that very easily. So I did what any young person would do. I'm sure all of you also do that. I went to my parents and I asked them, what do you think I can do about climate change? And so we came up with an idea. We decided that together as a family, we would reduce our own greenhouse gas emissions by 10%. And so that's what we started doing. We started researching on what are the different actions we can take in our day-to-day life to reduce our emissions. Which part of my activity was leading to the most greenhouse gas emissions? How could I measure my contribution? How could I measure my impact? And as I started doing that, two very strange things happened. The first strange thing was that I started having fun. It almost became like a nice game I was playing with my family. And from the hopelessness of what's happening, that is climate change, it became something that was hopeful. The second strange thing was so many of my friends, relatives came and said that it sounds like you're doing something interesting and we want to join you. And that's when I started thinking, how can amazing people like us around the world be connected on a common quest to do something about climate change? And that's how Cool the Globe was born. We decided to build an app which would help individuals like you and I reduce our own greenhouse gas emissions to a target. And throughout my college years, I worked on building this app. And by the time I graduated, it was ready. So what the app does is that as soon as you get into it, every single person is given a clear target of reducing their own greenhouse gas emissions by 10%. So for me, for example, I live in India. My target this month is to reduce my greenhouse gas emissions by 30 kg. And now I can do, then the app shows many simple actions you can take in your day-to-day life to do that. We have over 55 simple actions that we can take. So for example, this month, it's very hot here in India. So I'm letting go of hot water showers. I'm showering with cold water. And just by doing that, I'm saving 14 kg of emissions. I'm working from home. So today, instead of going to my office by car, which is 10 kilometers away, I talked to you from my home and I saved 2 kg of emissions by doing that. I did not buy 4 pairs of jeans this month. And by doing that, I saved about 1 kg of cloth and I saved 10 kg of greenhouse gas emissions. So when we can measure the exact contribution behind our actions, I realized that that inspired me to keep going on. And one of the things that people often say is that what difference can one person make? But when there are many people like us coming together on a common quest, then our collective impact can be extraordinary. And to show the power of that collective impact, we have a global meter, which shows the collective savings made by all users combined. So the name of the app is Cool the Globe. When we released it, I realized that the real challenge was in actually telling people that we have the power as individuals to do something about climate change. And so we started campaigning for it. We released simple videos talking about the app. And a lot of those videos went viral. It reached over 2 million people from all over the world. And now we have 15,000 users from 55 countries coming together to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. And together, we've saved over 1,000 tons of emissions. Now, what also happened in this process is that I met such amazing people like you, stories of ordinary people making a big difference with small changes in their lives. We have big plans for this app. We want to get more and more amazing people like you on board. We want your support in making it reach as many people as possible. So I would love to have you all as a part of this family. I would just like to close by saying that when I was in school, I always looked at the history books and I thought that such amazing times people used to be born in, when there were exciting things happening. You know, I always wanted to be a part of wars and big transformations. And I always thought that the times we live in right now are very boring. And as I started working on this, I realized that we are, as much as doing something about climate change is a responsibility, even more than that, it's an opportunity. Because we find ourselves at the cusp of our youth in possibly some of the most defining decades of human existence. It's a beautiful power that we can hold in our hands today. 141 people that are here at this event today, if we all decide to take small actions in our day-to-day life to do something about the big changes like climate change happening in the world, then our collective impact can truly be extraordinary. So thank you so much for having me here. And I really look forward to the rest of the day and hearing from the rest of the speakers.
Thank you so much, Miss Prachi. That was really amazing. Can we have a round of applause or Zoom applause?
I would in fact love to get a selfie with all of you.
Like we did. Miss, you can always check out our YouTube channel because we'll be posting everything
yes.
there.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that was a pretty big round of applause as I can see. Okay, Zoya, before we introduce our next speaker, I have a question to you. Why did the scare show win an award?
I have no idea.
Because it was outstanding in its field and it didn't like pineapple in its pizza.
I'm just gonna choose not to respond to that, and yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is Dr. Richard B. Dashore. Dr. Dashore has been the director of the US Asia Technology Management Center at Stanford.
Unfortunately, Dr. Dasher couldn't be present with us today, so he sent a message for all of our participants. We're going to be screen sharing and yeah.
So there may be a few glitches due to internet, but yeah. We'll be sharing it in a second.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Richard Dasher. I direct the U.S. Asia Technology Management Center at Stanford University. And I'd like to start by thanking the organizers of NatCon for inviting me to speak to you today. I think it's a great thing that you're doing. That is all for your initiative and also for the organization you've been doing to make this event happen. Today, I'll talk to everyone a little bit about how you can have an impact on climate change. There are ways for one to make a difference. Some people are involved with businesses, products, and services that directly address climate change. They're developing new green technologies or new energy systems. Other people are educating and promoting the general public about the need to address climate change. Teachers, people who are advocates of better ways of doing things. Some people are adopting ways to address climate change in their own lives. That's even a bigger group. You can certainly stop using single-use plastics. We can do our best to try to live green. And everyone in the entire universe can continually be on the lookout for needs and ways to improve climate preservation. To solve these climate issues that we face really requires informing people about the need to make some big changes. They have to consider just what kind of impact their lives are having on sustainability and on society. People are going to have to feel they own the changes that they need to make. They will have to want to hire to new ways and give up old ways of doing things. It really does not work just to tell people they should be doing. We also need creativity. We need to find and deliver better alternatives to current practices. Better alternatives are often delivered as business ideas. It's not necessarily bad to receive payment for something that will help the environment too. That indicates that people agree with you, that there is value in your solution to the climate. If it's something where individual users may not have the funds, then you look for sponsorship, you look for a business model that will involve other sources of support, such as government grants. And finally, in order to really solve climate issues, we must aim for lasting systemic change. You must have a sustainable solution that will last even after you're no longer involved. We can see this on this chart. Our goal should be the right-hand side, lasting, sustainable change in the system. On the activism side, we can teach and promote systemic change. Up here, where I have called this social entrepreneurship, is where we're actually creating new concrete goods or services that will lead to better ways of managing our environment. Over here, within the system, you can still do good social service providing, and you can do activism, for instance, encouragements to have particular policies would be a good way to try to improve the current system. We can see this through examples. So the problem with activities on the left-hand side is that once you stop, probably the activities cease too. If you are devoting time to rooting trees in the forest, that's a wonderful thing. But once you stop, how do you get the next generation of people to plant trees? On the right side, these important organizations like the World Sustainable Development Forum are educating people and system change. They're helping the ideas to come from people who are creative, to have business or nonprofit ideas that involve system change, like the circular economy. Many of the Protect Our Planet movement, young people have come up with great ideas that will really change our system, some in small ways, some in big ways, but they lead to lasting change. Now, the process of having an impact starts with looking around you. What are the needs that you see around you? And what are the ways in which you can have an immediate impact by changing what you're doing in your own life? You can also promote system change almost immediately. And then you can look for opportunities while you're living in this way that will cause lasting change. Once you have an opportunity, then you need to identify and put together the resources that will allow you to deliver the change. You need to find supporters. There are three kinds of support: time, talent, or treasure. So you need volunteers, you need advisors, and yes, you'll probably need some sponsors who you can convince to share your vision. The other thing you need is a business model that will make the idea sustainable. You have to look at covering costs, looking ahead to the next generation, because if you really want to create lasting, there will be lasting costs involved. How do you cover those? So everyone can do something now about issues like climate change. When you have a good concrete idea, yes, go for it. In the meantime, get involved with an organization that educates and promotes sustainability. Even before you organization to be involved with, yourself to adhere to green principles, and begin with the challenges to sustainability that everyone sees right around them. I'm wearing an Aloha shirt because it's hot in California today. We're having the hottest weather summer on record in California. We must do something in how we're living our lives. So, final few words: how you achieve success in this kind of a mission. Keep yourself motivated throughout the process. It doesn't happen in a day. And if you start something, it seems to be going well, don't get too comfortable. We all have a great deal to do to save the planet. The second thing is to understand context in order to communicate your vision. You must empathize with the people who don't see your vision right now. You must understand how the world looks to families, your coworkers, your bosses, top leaders, people with money, other stakeholders. What are they worried about? What are their motivations? How can you find something that matches? Until you can find something that they are willing to take ownership of, they're probably not going to change. So you need to look for solutions that these people will love to use. And you have to let others share the ownership of your vision or your idea. What they hear is a lot more important than what you want to say. So you must reach the language that they can understand. Otherwise, it's a little bit like cheering like a soccer fan while you're sitting in an opera concert. It just doesn't make the people around you comfortable, and it doesn't really help anybody. So I think that we all have things that we can do to address climate change. It's a wonderful opportunity. I think it's wonderful that as young people, you have decided to find ways in which you can be involved now. There are 1,000,001 ways. Go for it. I hope that I can be a supporter from the sidelines or in a closer way. Very best wishes with this conference and very best wishes with your impact. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dasher, for whenever you see this. Let's have a round of applause for Dr. Richard D. Dasher.
Okay, so a slight update on the pineapple pizza battle. Looks like it's a close tie for now, but at the end of the day, we'll tell you who wins.
Okay, let's see how it turns out tomorrow. The final expert before the debate round 1 is Shirley Caria. Ms. Shirley has led interdisciplinary initiatives on sustainable development and climate change supported by agencies such as the United Nations Environmental Programme. Over to you, Ms. Shirley. Ms. Shirley, are you there? Miss, you're on mute, so you would.
Hi. Yeah, finally was able to unmute myself. Can you just confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, Miss, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so hi everyone. And firstly, thanks a lot, NatCon, for this invitation. I'm Shirley Kedia, and I'm currently working with a think tank called the Energy and Resources Institute, TERI, which is based in New Delhi. And it's a it's a think tank, but it's also a do tank. I mean, from the point of view of the thinking part, we do research, we do policy research, and we try to influence the government, the policy makers, to bring about a change in policies, in their practices on climate change. And in the do part, our organization is kind of about 1,000 employee organization. And we also implement solutions on the ground in villages when it comes to solutions such as sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, as well as aspects related to climate change mitigation and adaptation. So firstly, I would like to say a little bit about my journey to kind of get to working on the issue of climate change. So, well, in school, we didn't have initiative like the NatCon, so we really didn't know what were the kind of issues out there beyond the textbook understanding of global warming and greenhouse gas effect, etc. And so the important thing that was taught to us was that you have to have a good job, you have to have a secure job, some kind of a security. And so I went on to do my engineering and my MBA in finance and worked in the corporate sector for quite a while. And then I came across a lecture by a person who then kind of went on to become my mentor as well. And this was Dr. R.K. Pachori, and he was talking about climate change. And of course, it was like very, very kind of a not very good picture of, how the world was to be because of anthropogenic climate change. And I thought that no, this, instead of like having a job which allows me to make a lot of money, I must, contribute to kind of raise issues around climate change, as well as see what kind of solutions, we can provide in terms of mitigating as well as adapting to climate change. And that's where, I kind of, it was a turning point in my life, that lecture. And then I decided to become, a development professional working on the area of climate change. And that's how, like, eventually I landed up in TERI, an organization where I've been working for the past 12 years. And, to the youth, I think youth today really sort of gives everyone hope. I must say that, all of you really have a very important role to play. From a policy perspective, there are 4 key aspects to bringing about change when it comes to issues like climate change. The first aspect is, if you can kind of work on raising awareness, on highlighting what the problem is. So really sort of raising the issue, raising the importance of the issue by educating, people, and also influencing policymakers. And youth here really have an important role to play, because it's really their future which is at stake when it comes to the impacts of climate change. And I would urge that, all of you, please look around you, see the problems around you, and also look into the global issue of climate change, and really sort of raise that awareness, not just, in your own community, but if you can influence policy makers, in your sphere of community as well. The other part of the policy cycle is, if you know that there is a problem, what can you do to solve about it, is to designing solutions. So whether it is related to renewable energy, clean energy, or say, even if suppose you are talking about waste, whether to reduce waste or manage waste. So the next aspect of a policy cycle is to find solutions. The third aspect is to implement. So you may have a solution and you may have a very great idea which may solve an issue, but then you have to work, and you have to work hard, and you have to have that persistence to implement, to kind of persist and not give up, and work on the solution. The fourth aspect, which is about monitoring. So you may implement a particular solution, but then you have to continuously monitor it, improvise your solution, and that is how the entire policy cycle is looked at. And this is a sphere I chose as a profession, it's so far been very rewarding, and I would just like to give you one example of a kind of policy change which I've been working on. So just take an example. If suppose you are like, maybe you're given pocket money by your parents, and say you're given 100 rupees, and for a week, and you're told to spend that 100 rupees. You may just go ahead and spend it. But if if you were to told by your parent that, okay, you have to account and you have to tell me out of that 100 rupees, what did you spend on environmental and green aspects, then you will perhaps, while you spend your money, keep into account that, yes, I have to spend it on something that is environment friendly. Maybe I need to purchase things which are not made of plastic, or perhaps go for an organic product, so on and so forth. And this is something which we've been working on to implement at a much larger scale. So if the governments who have got like thousands of crores of rupees to spend, if you were able to implement that in the government level, then perhaps that thinking from the government would be to spend money to implement initiatives which are more environment friendly. The other aspect where I think youth have a very, very important role to play is as consumers, and not just consumers as in themselves, but consumers around them, other youth, other grown-ups, and their communities in general, and which can have a scale effect. So you really can harness the power of like being a consumer. So see if you can kind of like consume greener products. So that is another area where I think like youth can play a very important role. And as a part of pop movement, and if you can get this sort of an opportunity to work on various aspects of a policy cycle which I mentioned, whether it is about raising an issue, elevating an issue, whether it's about designing solutions, implementing solutions, or even monitoring existing initiatives to strengthen solutions. So, again, organizations, and just like, Dr. Professor Dasher in his previous presentation, is once you know what issue you want to work with, attach yourself with an organization. It could be Pop Movement, it could be NatCom, there could be other organizations around you, and work and contribute towards that cause. But also at the same time, do keep in mind one question, like what change do I want to see in this world? And that will help you give a sense of a direction, whether you want to see a change in the policy level, or do you want to increase awareness? Do you want to work towards a solution? You can do that, even if you go and take up various professions, whether it is media, whether it is, you may become an engineer and you may work towards technological solutions. You may go towards business and you may work towards a green business solution, or coming up with greener products, or products wherein like the waste aspect is less. So, but I think the important thing for youth to keep in mind is one question: what change do you want to see? And if you have the answer to that question, work towards that. Whatever, when you grow up, you may decide to take different professions. And of course, as also Prachi highlighted before, that one has to see this as opportunity. So there are many opportunities even in the environmental sector, including related to climate change. But I would just like to again re-emphasize one question, and I would like to stop here, is to keep in mind what change do you want to see in the world. Yeah, so I would like to stop at that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shairi. That was really lovely insight.
Thank you so much, Shelly. That brings us to the end of the expert speaking today. We will now have a 15-minute break before we begin the debate round one.
As most of you may have seen yesterday, creating breakout rooms is a bit harder than we thought it was.
Yeah, and like people break out of the breakout room.
No,
so...
just stop. Just stop.
Okay, guys. So now we'll be forming the breakout rooms for the debates, which will take about 10 to 15 minutes. For all the participants, stay right here, as it may be harder for us to put you in the breakout rooms otherwise. If any of your teammates are missing, please do contact them through the number we sent in the mail with the contact details.
For those of you who haven't signed up for the debate, Mihir from our team has some really fun quizzes planned, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy it thoroughly.
Now, here are some music videos which should hopefully entertain everyone for the next 15 minutes. See you. And make sure to not leave the meeting. We will now have a 10 minutes break. So all of you can just maybe get up and walk a little bit so that your eyes don't get strained too much. And then we'll have some really interesting quizzes, which we've all planned for you guys. See you. You can also continue to do the pineapple pizza discussion in the chat if you want to.
Okay, so hello guys. Around this time, the debates should be starting, and if you haven't been assigned your breakout room, do not worry because you will be assigned your breakout room in the next minute or so. But for the rest of us, for the ones who aren't participating in the debate competition, we have a few quizzes for you to participate in, and hopefully it should be fun. So yeah, I'm just going to share my screen. The NatCon members, yesterday we just decided to look at what sort of quizzes we could find on this website, and we shortlisted some which we quite enjoyed playing. So if you would, I'll just scroll through this list right now. If there's anyone which particularly catches your mind, you can just say it in the chat, and yeah, we'll do whichever one you guys like. So if you could put your opinions on which quiz we should do in the chat first. Okay, so we have some Marvel and Harry Potter fans. I also love Harry Potter. Marvel I wasn't that into, but it seems like everyone really wants it. So, okay, one person wants fun facts. You're in the minority there, but we will do it later. I think more people do like Marvel overall. So let's do the Marvel one first, and then we can move on to the Harry Potter quiz, okay? So, if you'll just give me a second, I'll set this up, and then we can all play. We will have the activity presentations after debate round 1. So for now, you can just sit tight and play with us because this is fun. So I will just send you guys a link in the chat box, and you can join using that link. You can name yourselves your names, obviously, and then we will start. So, yeah. Okay, Rishabh has joined. Ishani. Okay, we're having a lot of people joining now. I'll wait for maybe about a minute till 4:03, and then we'll start with whoever we have, okay? Okay, a lot of people. Okay, wow, this is a lot of people. By when will the debate round end? Well, most of the individual debates should end. They'll take around 30 minutes to complete. But of course, the actual duration will be a bit longer than that because of the logistics and the judging and all of that.
Okay, hi guys. I'm sorry for interrupting. If there's anyone who still hasn't been assigned, please put your teammates' names and yours in the chat so we can just assign you as soon as possible.
Okay. So it's 4:03, and I think that we are ready to start. So I'm going to start the first ever quiz, and let's just see how it goes, okay? So everyone on the tab where you have joined the game, you can start answering. So over here is the leaderboard. Okay, we can see a lot of people getting the first questions right. For each point you score up to 1,000 points. So we should end with about 20,000 for each person if you get all correct, of course. And okay, we're seeing some front runners here. Oh, we're seeing a fair amount of people getting it wrong. There's some people who have gotten the first 3 questions all correct in a row, and I think these guys will be the people to beat. Oh, Advita goes straight up to the top. But then you have other people like Rishita. Oh my god, there's so many people I can't even count. But let's see. The accuracy so far is like 50%. So a lot of people are getting things right, but then a lot of people are also getting them wrong.
Why are we doing Avengers?
Because why not? Also, please mute yourself in the sessions. If possible, just use the chat box, and it would be even better if you could use reactions. But of course, that is okay. We're just doing these quizzes about anything we want, really. Okay? This isn't really a very structured thing. This is just for fun. Okay, we have Rishita and Aaron going all the way to the front. They've not gotten a single question wrong yet, and they have really huge streaks of 7 and 9. So I think the battle is going to be between these two. But there might be some other challenges. Let's see. Saran and Rishita are now equal in terms of how many questions they've gotten right. Oh, but Aaron gets one wrong, so it's an opportunity for Rishita to really get into the lead. Let's see. Okay, but we have a lot of people now who are getting their feet, finding their feet. Sorry if there's any noise in the background. There's just some construction work going on in my building, so that's slightly annoying. But yeah. And we can see now that we've got about 6 people who keep exchanging their positions. And then there are a lot of people down here who are also doing really well. I took this quiz at the start to see how many I would get right. I got like, I don't know, 7 right or something. So I'm not the biggest Marvel fan in the world, although I do know most. I mean, I'd say I know some about it, but definitely not on the level of some of my other friends. But yeah. Okay, everyone seemed to just get a single question wrong because everyone had huge streaks and now they're all back to 0. So that's really interesting. We have Ahan, who I think is the only person who's not gotten anything wrong so far. So well done, Ahan. Let's see if you can keep that up the whole time. Okay, so now people are on the final few questions. So the quizzes should be ending soon, but just get in your last answers and let's see. So yeah, most people are probably done by now. Okay, at the bottom there's still a few people who haven't gotten theirs done, but we are on a tight schedule, so let's just see how this goes, okay? Oh, Ahan finally got one wrong. He had been leading the whole time. Oh, but Ahan still takes the lead again. Okay, and I think that should be just about everyone done. Okay, a lot of people done here. At the back, there are some people who haven't even started. So I'm assuming that you guys just aren't playing this one, but that's okay. You can play the next one or whichever one you want. But I think that once like the top 15 people are done, I'm just going to, oh, and as I say that, the top 15 are almost done. There are just a few people left. And once they're all done, let's see. Someone says, I'm not a Marvel fan, but I got 55%. Well done. But let's see which Marvel fan is going to win. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be Ahan. Oh, so it turns out there are a lot of Marvel fans who still got, there are a lot of non-Marvel fans who still did pretty well in this quiz. So good job, guys. Now can we play the Harry Potter quiz? Yes, we'll do that one next. I got 75%, not gonna lie, disappointed in myself, XD. The one question about who the Avengers are plus the Mjolnir ones threw me off. Okay, cool. And yeah, I think that's most people done. So I'm just going to end the quiz now. And let's see who won. And yeah, it was Ahan. Aaron gets third, Rishita gets second, and Ahan, you are the winner. Does Ahan have anything to say about that in the chat or something? I'm not sure, but well played, Ahan. You did really well. A lot of people got like 90% or 100%. So this was really close. Well played. Thank you. It was a very fun quiz. Thank you. Now I think everyone wants to do the Harry Potter one. So sure, let's do that one. My library. Liked quizzes. Harry Potter, you know, back when I was a small child, I used to think it was really boring. And then one day we had an English assignment in 3rd grade where we had to write a book report on the first Harry Potter book. And then I read it and I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing. And then that sort of sparked my love for Harry Potter. So I'd classify myself as a Potterhead, and I would take part in this quiz with you guys, but I can't because I'm organizing it. But yeah, I'll just send you guys the link again. Yes, I am sending you guys the link. Here it is. Okay, we have some people arguing about who's the biggest fan, and I'm gonna say me. It's not the Walrus quiz. We can do that one next. This is the Harry Potter quiz. I'm gonna say that the biggest fan is me because I'm the one who's the organizer, and so I can say whatever I want. But I'm sure that all of us are huge Harry Potter fans. Let's see. Advita says, agreed, Mihir reigns supreme. Thank you, Advita. Okay, I'll just wait till 4:12 and then we can start this quiz. I am a huge Potterhead, I'm sure you are. A lot of my friends love Harry Potter. Amazing. Apparently, like, I once read a thing saying that Harry Potter is like the 2nd best-selling book of all time, and the first is the Bible. So you have a book autographed by J.K. Rowling. That's really cool. That's really cool. Guys, mute your mics, please. Communicate in the chat box. And I think I'm just going to start this. Mihir Pog in the chat. No, thank you. I really despise the term Pog. Like, I just don't get it. But yeah, whatever. Let's start with the Harry Potter quiz. What is Pog? I don't know. It's like something which Twitch streamers say a lot. There's an email. Okay, guys, can you please say it in chat? It creates a bit of chaos when it's like this. I know it would probably sap our internet connections faster. But okay, according to me, no one has started yet. Wait, it's Walrus? I must have clicked the wrong one. Well, let's see how much you guys know about walruses then. Okay, we'll have the walrus quiz. I'm sorry, guys, I must have clicked the wrong one. But come on, this is the time to take your tusks and battle with each other for walrus supremacy. Who is the king of walruses here? I want to see you fighting tooth and nail because I know that to be crowned the king of the walruses is a very good thing to be crowned as. Or if you want, I could just end this quiz and we could start the Harry Potter one. I don't know, whatever you want.
No, I think we'll continue this and then we'll start.
End it? Come on, guys. Why are you so unenthusiastic? You can be the walrus king. You can command the 100,000 or so walruses which are alive and display your magnificent tusks to everyone. We want Harry Potter? Yes, you will get Harry Potter. I promise you, next quiz will be Harry Potter. Let's continue. It's fun. Exactly. I agree with you, Siddhangana. I think that you have a good attitude to life. I'm not saying that you guys have, the people who don't want this have bad attitudes or anything, but come on, guys. Be more open-minded, should I say? But yes. Have you guys started or am I just like lagging or something? Hang on, I'm going to refresh the page and see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm probably lagging, but let's see. My Wi-Fi always fails me on the most important. Okay, all of you guys have started. And some of you have gotten like 90% of the questions correct. How do you guys know so much about walruses? We see some familiar faces. We see Aaron, who was one of the front runners in the Marvel quiz last time. We see Ahan, you won the last one and you're in 5th place, which is really good. You know, everyone, you guys have a higher accuracy on the Walrus quiz than you did on the Marvel quiz. So I'm just saying, you know, that's pretty impressive. I just think walruses are really funny, honestly. Harry Potter, yes, Mohit, you will get Harry Potter, but after this one. Okay, Harry Potter, I want Harry Potter just as much as you do, okay? The number of references I could make. But let's do this. Raghav goes right to the top and he's not gotten a single question wrong, which is actually amazing. Actually, I think he did get one wrong, but he got the redemption, like the try again thing right, so still in the lead. And, you know, I think you guys, like, as a whole, you guys have done a lot better on the Walrus quiz than you did on the Marvel quiz, if you look at the accuracy at the top. So I'm just wondering, when you guys, maybe, you know, maybe the real film series you should be watching are Walruses, you know? Because you seem to know a lot more about them than you do about Marvel, I'm just saying. Neil goes straight to the top with a streak of 13, which is really impressive. When the NatCon organizers took this quiz, they got a lot, they did much worse than you guys. So pat yourselves on the back because this is impressive. Advita comes into the top 5 and goes into 4th place. And who else can we see down here? We're seeing a lot of people. Okay, the people at the bottom, these guys look a bit more like what the NatCon members were doing. But my God, you guys at the top, you're doing really well. Neil finishes, I think, with a perfect score. So well done, Neil. I'm not sure how on earth you did that, but really good job. And so it continues. Shaurya M goes to 3rd place. I really like pumpkins, so thank you for your username. Somehow we're bigger walrus nerds than Marvel nerds? Yes, exactly, you are. Maybe you should embrace it, you know, embrace your inner walrusness. Our debates first are activities. So as we speak, the walrus, as we speak, the debate round 1 is happening. And after that, we will have the activity presentations. Yomi, what's your age? Asks Abra Patil. The answer is that I was I don't know what to say. I'm thinking of something funny I can reply to this, but no, I can't. But anyways, as we see, there's some real walrus nerds. I don't want to say nerds, walrus aficionados. At the top, we have a lot of people who didn't get a single question wrong. He's 5,000 years old, of course. He's 5,000 years old, of course. Yes, of course. What else can I be? Chinmay asks a fossil. And to that I say, no, I'm talking. Walruses can't talk. I think walruses are very funny. I agree with you. Okay, and most people have started to finish at this point. We have Ananya here, Shihan. And yeah, I think most of you guys have finished this. Walruses are not funny. I disagree. Walruses are amazing. Are we going to be in separate breakout rooms for the activity? No. So the session happened yesterday where you came up with your solutions, and now you will present the solutions which you did come up with, okay? So that's going to happen after this. So it'll happen at like 4:45, I think. Harry Potter. Okay, fine. We'll do Harry Potter then, since everyone wants Harry Potter. Let's end this quiz and look at who the Walrus Masters are. The Kings of the Tusks. Will we get to witness the debate? You'll get to witness the debate finals, not the other rounds. If we aren't part of the activity, can we leave? I mean, I guess you could leave if you want. You could leave anytime if you wanted, but, you know, we're going to do a quiz about Harry Potter next, so why would you want to? You know what I'm saying? And we're also going to be looking at the presentation, at what the people in the activity came up with, so that'll be cool. Look at how well you guys did. My God. This is unbelievable. Will you send us the order of presentations for the activity? I think we will. Activity Team 9 has one person in the top 3 in both quizzes. Aaron and Kimaya. Good job, Team 9. Maybe, was your solution about walruses? I don't know. Harry Potter, please? Yes, we're going to do Harry Potter. Give me a second. It was too easy, says someone. Okay, you truly know a lot about walruses, I guess. Superhero quiz, we already did the Harry Potter. After Harry Potter, please, Wimpy Kid? Sure, why not? Okay, so let's do the Harry Potter quiz now. We're giving you what you want. Parry Otter, as drunk Hagrid would say. Harry Potter! Yay! Percy Jackson. I'm sorry, I've never read Percy Jackson, so I couldn't really pick a quiz, but sure, if we finish all of this, we'll look at it. Premier League. Ooh, Premier League. Who do you support? I support Tottenham, and that is a life of pain because they always lose, and then I feel sad. Percy Jackson, says a lot of people actually. Maybe later. You Never Walk Alone.
Where is the link?
Chinmay, okay, Chinmay, when did you start? Oh yeah, I sent it in the chat. Okay. Chinmay says, "You'll never walk alone." Okay, Chinmay, when did you start supporting Liverpool? Was it when they started winning? I mean, I'm not saying you're a fake fan or anything. It might be a coincidence. Cricket World Cup. I think we do have a cricket quiz. I'm not sure. If we can't, then I'll try to find one. Okay, ever since I was...
I can't see the
Can
link.
someone send the link again?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine. I will send you guys the link again. Also, please just, if you have a doubt, please just say it in chat. I will read it, or I'll try my best to read it.
Okay.
Valo or
Okay.
Fort? Okay, I've never played either Valorant or Fortnite. No, my friends tell me to, and no. Can I please send link again? Yes.
Excuse me, can you send the link again, please? I don't get it.
Oh, okay, wait. I see what I did wrong. I sent it on someone's private chat. I'm sorry. I'll send it again. Wings of Fire. No idea what that is. But okay. Quizzes.com/join whatever.
Wings of Fire is a book on dragons.
Okay, cool.
It's a book series on dragons.
Okay, cool. But keep your mic muted. I'm sorry. I know it's really hard to resist the urge to unmute and then tell me exactly what you're talking about. But it's just easier and more rudely if everything is in the chat. So thank you. And cool. Divergent. Okay, personally, I really don't like Divergent. It's like the Hunger Games, but not as good in my opinion. Okay, so we'll start this quiz at 4:23, or actually whenever. Okay, we have 60 participants. Should we start? Should we start the Harry Potter quiz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is Jenny
Yes,
Kim?
yes, please. Thank you.
I don't know who Jenny Kim is. Never heard of her. Also, guys, use the chat. Don't use your mics. But yes. Let's go with the Harry Potter quiz. Woo! Okay, early on, a lot of people get the first question right. I personally found this quiz a bit easy when I was testing it. I mean, I found there were like a few hard questions, but most of it was stuff which I saw in the books, so should be fine. Siddhant, Vinay, Piper, Neil, Kimaya, all of these people are getting really early leads. Okay, 53% accuracy so far. Not bad. Could be better. Advita, okay, everyone seems to love Harry Potter because... Okay, no, there's some people here who've been a bit unlucky, but that's okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could talk about Harry Potter. Like I said, I only read Harry Potter because I had to for an English assignment back when I used to take my studies so seriously. And yeah, then I read all the other books. My favorite book is probably Prisoner of Azkaban because it's like the last happy book, and then everything becomes sad and there are deaths everywhere and everything goes wrong. And Prisoner of Azkaban was really well written in my opinion. Advaita goes to the front, but there's a lot of position swapping over here because everyone is on the same page here. Getting only like one or two wrong, or maybe not getting any wrong, as in the case of Neil and Vinay. But yeah, I think this is one of the most enthusiastic quizzes. I mean, enthusiastic is the wrong word. Everyone seems to be enjoying this one. Accuracy is still just 55%. Expected it to be a bit higher. Again, I'm sorry if there's too much noise in the background. There's construction work going on where they're taking their hammers and smashing my walls in. But it should be fine. Raghav goes to the top. He's got a streak of 12, so he's not gotten a single question wrong so far. So guys, it looks like Raghav is the one to beat. No problem, TBH. Thank you. Advita goes straight to the top again. And she has a question in hand on Raghav, so she has the opportunity to catch up. Piper, Raghav, Advita. It looks like these are the three who are really battling it out at the top. The same way, I don't know, Molly Weasley and Bellatrix did. I love that scene. It's amazing. Mihir Pog in chat? No, please not. Please no. Oh, Mihir OP. You don't have to, but sure, why not, I guess. Raghav, Piper, Advita. Now Advita falls back a bit, but I think she'll probably get back up soon. Siddhant, hi. Okay, now like everyone has streaks of upwards of 18. Okay, wow, it looks like that was a jinx because then immediately Raghav loses his streak of like 17. That's a bit unlucky, but let's Ansh take the lead.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but
You're not a Harry Potter fan? Wow, you got like one wrong. That's amazing.
I like Harry Potter in the middle, and like I watched the movies and all of that. I read the books, and then
Nice.
it was good. But then
He just read the
Okay, guys. Use the chat, okay? The chat is very cool. You should use it. But well played. Oh, Advita. Advita suddenly just shoots back up out of nowhere and takes the lead. Can we do a Jenny Kim quiz after this? If I knew who Jenny Kim was, I assure you we would do a quiz. So first we'll go through the list of other quizzes and then we'll go back to Jenny Kim, whoever she is. Because I really don't know. Blackpink? Oh, K-pop. I should have known. Logo quiz. Sure, maybe we can look at it. Guys, please stop saying my name and then saying PogChamp or whatever. It's fine. I really don't want it. Mihir Supremacy. Okay, I can live with that one, but please don't. Yes, we'll do Diary of a Wimpy quiz. Diary of a Wimpy Kid after this, and then we'll move on to other things. Okay. So once we get through the things, we do a K-pop quiz. Do we have to? Okay, K-pop is nice, okay? I should say that because one of my friends is a huge BTS fan and I don't want to offend her. We want the rap, Plasticated World. Sure, we can play it afterwards. I'm Malfoy. Are you though, Chinmay?
I mean, my name is on that thing.
Type in chat. I'm so sorry for oppressing you guys and not allowing you to unmute your mics. But it's the order. We can't let everyone speak because then it would be a mess of audio confusion. And I would be sitting there going, what on earth is happening? My brain is exploding. So we're just going to stick to the chat for now, okay? Thank you so much. Order of Mir. Thank you. Please, let's do Percy Jackson. You know, I read Percy Jackson in like grade 3, I think, but I didn't understand anything. So now I have to reread it. Has anyone here read Six of Crows by any chance? Because that's a really nice book. I love it. No. Oh, you have read Six of Crows. Nice. Wait, who said that? I think that was Anika or someone. But cool. That's great. On my to-read list, yes, I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite books. We're going to do Wimpy Kid next, guys. We're going to do Wimpy Kid. We're going to do Wimpy Kid.
Wimpy Kid.
No chanting on the mic. Chant in chat. Don't chant in. Don't spam. Everyone wants to do a Brooklyn 99 quiz, but we have to get through these ones first. Guys, there are like 100 of you. You're all requesting different things. I can't do all 100 of them, okay?
Hey, I can play the game and where is the game located?
I send a link in the chat so you can join on that. Also, please use the chat. Jenny Kim. Yes, guys, stop unmuting, please. Thank you. Okay, guys, listen, how about this? We're going to do Wimpy Kid after this because a lot of people want that and it's on our list. After that, we're going to do a quiz about giraffes. I know it sounds a bit random, like giraffes. But no, you guys have unmuted too many times and now you have to do one quiz which I want you guys to do. So we're going to test your giraffe knowledge, and if you get anything wrong, then you are not a true giraffe. You're a true human. Anyways. Everyone just going, what? But okay, I think the Harry Potter quiz is all but over. As who's won? Who's won? Luna, like Luna Lovegood. Very fitting. Well
you just
played.
have to end the quiz.
Oh yeah, I'm ending this quiz, and now the next one I'll send the link again. So don't worry.
Hey, after the Wimby kill, can we also do a Cricket World Cup quiz? Because
Okay, guys. Okay, guys, here's the thing. If you unmute your mic and you request a quiz, the chance of me actually doing that quiz is much lower. All right? So don't ask for quizzes using your mic, okay? And in the chat, don't spam. You can give your opinion, but no spamming, okay? Stop unmuting me. He's been super clear with that. Yes, thank you, Advita. So guys, let's just be cooperative, be nice. It's quite hard to manage this. So, but you guys have been a great audience so far, I think. So I must thank you. Euros. The Euros. I was supporting England and then they lost in the finals. I was sad. Jenny Kim. Guys, Italy all the what? Makes sense. Quizzes has been super fun so far. Yes, thank you. Guys, be nice like Advita, okay? We're gonna do a Wimpy Kid quiz right now. All right? Netflix Kid? Yeah, a lot of people here are Netflix kids. England came home. Shush. It came Rome. Guys, can I just say that It's Coming Rome is like the lamest version of It's Coming Home because it just doesn't make sense. Like the grammar is off and it's incorrect. I will send you the link. Give me a second, okay? England sucks. Okay, they made it to the finals, so keep quiet. Okay? They're ranked 4th in the world. They made it to the semifinals of the World Cup and they have amazing players, okay? So, shush. Tintin? We could do a Tintin one, but let's see. Have any of you guys read Asterix or Calvin and Hobbes? Okay, man. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. I don't watch football. Nice. They lost to Croatia. They did lose to Croatia, but Croatia made it to the finals. Stop saying that they were bad, okay? Italia is better. Okay, here's the thing. I would be perfectly fine with Italy winning, but like some of the matches they just barely snuck by. So if you're saying that England just made it their own luck, then you have to say the same for Italy as well. They went to penalties against Austria, right? And came and team as no sports spirit. That's not true. Kane and the team were very gracious in defeat. The fans were absolutely horrible people, but the team did nothing wrong. Okay. England fans suck. I agree with that. Then again, we are taking a slightly generalized view. Not all of the fans are as bad as the ones making the headlines, but yes, it is true that when one person is bad, everyone. It's just it's a stain, essentially. Oh, my laptop is starting to really get confused. Okay, guys, every time you spam for something, the chances of me actually doing that quiz is going to be much less likely. Dude, what's with the football, dude? Oh no, dude, what is with the football, dude? Start the quiz, please. Okay, I'll send the link again.
But just seriously, why is this so much?
Okay, guys, let's keep quiet. Well, England was playing at home and still lost. So, do you think that the home advantage is everything? I'm confused by that, actually. I don't mean to argue with my audience, but like, come on, guys, let's... Okay, cool, my laptop has crashed. Fantastic, I absolutely love this. Okay, so my laptop crashed there. Can you guys hear me now? Just answer. Italia had a clean sheet to the finals. Yeah, but if I'm not wrong, England only conceded 1 goal, so what's the difference? But then that means everyone is bad because every group has bad people.
Can you share the link again?
Yes, I am sending it. Okay, guys, let's stop talking about football now. Let's focus on the quizzing. All right? Teen Titans. Oh my God, that show. Everyone like in 5th grade or something, all of my friends really watched it so much, and I just never saw the appeal. Like I've seen a few episodes because of my brother, and they're okay. I'm perfectly fine with the giraffe quiz. Yes, that's the spirit, guys. Be like Sidangara. I've sent the link like thrice. But if someone else could send it, that would be great. What is this quiz again? I've completely forgotten.
This is a Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yes. Good book series. Okay, that book series used to be amazing up to like the 10th book, and then all of the books were just bad, in my opinion. Like, I think he ran out of ideas, so the newer books aren't as funny as the older book. Oh my god, I keep typing in the personal chat because people keep messaging me personally. Please don't message me personally, unless it's for something like really important, okay? Don't message me to ask for topic suggestions, because that's not nice at all, and I will not consider your topic from now on. Someone is spamming bruh in chat. And to you, sir, I say bruh, stop. How long has this been going on for? Yeah, I'm skipping out on the Wimpy Kid. Sure, that's fine. They're not for everyone. Like, not everyone likes that. Them. A lot of my family members really disapproved of them, of the books, because they're like, oh, it's so vulgar. But they were good books. Abra supremacy. I would like to bring an abrupt end to that discussion, okay? Wasn't that an amazing pun, you guys? I'm just hilarious, I know.
Send the quizzes link again, please.
Hazik?
No, I won't play too.
So punny. Yes, thank you guys. It was a hilarious joke. I'm funnier than Ari in the MC, aren't I? Punjab. Yes. Kings 11 Punjab. I used to support them, and then I started supporting SRH instead because they were nicer.
What's the topic
that,
on
says
this?
Atmik. Okay, Atmik. I finished already. You did. Okay, so
Hazik, it's the Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Okay, well,
IPL
okay,
quiz?
that's so
Okay, fine. We might do an IPL quiz afterwards. But guys, Blackpink X twice K-pop. Okay, that's a clever strategy. Punjab finished 8th in almost every season. Yeah, it's really sad. I don't know what they're doing with their team. Someone said, I don't like K-pop. So sorry, guys. Unless everything is an absolute vote, we cannot do that. That's okay, says someone. Yay! Wholesome, supportive K-pop fans. We love to see that, don't we? Avengers quiz. We've already done an Avengers quiz, so I'm not going to repeat it. I'm sorry. Finally, RCB won 2021 IPL. No, they didn't. Okay, if you spam Avengers quiz, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to remove you from the call. Okay. I'm really sorry to whoever was spamming Avengers quiz, but you've been spamming that, and if you do it once again, you will be removed from the call. Okay, and that would be a shame if you're in debate or if you're in activity or something. That would just be sad. So don't do it, guys. Okay.
censorship is very nice, right, Mihir?
Yeah, Hazik, where are you in this quiz, huh? I want to see you. You must be at the bottom because you just started, right?
Yeah, I got one wrong, unfortunately.
Where's Hazik? Is Hazik It's Coming Home? I don't think so. Doomfinger. So her name is Doomfinger. Ananya, Anushri, Sarah, everyone's doing...
I'm 24th.
Okay. You're 24th. Wow, Hazik, that's... 24th is Raghav right now, apparently. Are you Raghav, Hazik? Oh, I see you. You're ETIJ, Etij. You're in 23rd. Let's see how high Hazik can get. Can we do giraffes quiz? Yes, we are gonna do a giraffes quiz. I promise you the next quiz is gonna be a giraffes quiz and you are all going to love it. K-pop's cool? Sure it is. Can we please do a Percy Jackson after the giraffe quiz? The thing is, I haven't found a Percy Jackson quiz, so we'll have to find them. Okay, guys, if you don't request, okay, new rule, guys. From now on, don't request quizzes unless I ask you to, okay? Sorry for that spam, it was my little brother, that's cool, okay?
Can I request something?
How about Harry Potter? I've already done a Harry Potter quiz. Okay,
about,
everyone seems to be done.
I finished 17th. 7th, sorry.
7th, well played, okay. Blink? Like Blink
Yes, I've asserted dominance over like, what, how many people? 7?
Yes, Hazik, you represent the NatCon organizers.
Yes, I asserted dominance over like 67
Guys, it's okay.
people.
It's okay
So
for
happy.
Hazik. It's okay for Hazik to talk because he's a NatCon organizer, but it's not okay for the rest of you to talk. So don't talk. Blink once. Okay, I'm blinking right now. Okay, I've blinked about 15 times. Not only armies and blinks. I mean, there's a lot of people who are fans of other K-pop groups. Lol. OMG, haha! I didn't mean that. What? Army plus
Armlink.
blink equals armlink.
That sounds like a
These guys
high-tech
are the most.
technology.
These guys are the most chill organizers, though. Aren't we just way better than everyone else? You can keep telling us how great I am. We are. Can you switch on my camera? See, the thing is, I would, but then this morning I had a shower and like I washed my hair really nicely. So if you were with me and you felt my hair, it feels amazing. It's super soft and stuff. The problem is, whenever I take a shower, my hair suddenly becomes impossible to keep tidy. So right now my hair is like all in my eyes and everywhere.
Yeah, you should see his.
So
you should
let's
see his
not,
hair.
okay?
It looks like a mushroom.
Okay, no, Hazik, it looks amazing. Shush.
I
I'm gonna
can
end this
s-
quiz now. I'm gonna end this quiz
Yeah.
now. Maybe
Oh,
I'll switch my
oh.
camera on at the end because I know you're all dying to see my beautiful face. But not right now, if that's okay.
Okay, guys,
Giraffes,
let's vote.
please. Yes, giraffes. Mihir, keep the good
Wait,
work
let's.
up. Actually, thank you so much. No unmuting, guys. No unmuting. Hashtag face reveal. Okay, that's a thing now. Very interesting. No, not yet.
Hey, someone says a quiz about turtles, giraffes.
It's about
Who the heck-
turtle. We're doing giraffes now, okay? Giraffe gang.
Didn't you write your net plot to make a thing on giraffes?
Yeah. So, guys, in English class, we had to write a dystopian story, and in class we did this activity where they gave us a dystopian like story generator, and then they told us to come up with, and they told us to give the generator words. So everyone was saying stuff like gangsters and mobsters and like drugs or something stuff. So I said giraffes, and so our dystopian story was called something like 2057, year of the giraffe gangsters or something like that. I think
Mine-
Advita would remember
yeah.
that. She's in my English class.
Yeah, mine was the
okay,
year
my
of
Zoom is lagging,
fascist
so I can't-
biscuits.
Okay, guys, so my Zoom is lagging, so I can't actually see the new messages. But once it comes back, I will read all the messages I missed. I will catch up on this. And yeah, so new link. Animal quiz. Yes, we're doing one about a specific type of animals. We're doing one about giraffes. Giraffes are the best type of animals. You are way better than Aryan and Simran. Yes, I agree, but stop spamming, okay? If you spam, you will be removed. Okay, well, Zoom is not responding again, so this is amazing.
Oh
Can you
no.
send the link again, please?
Yes, I am sending the link. I'm sorry, my laptop is now beginning to hang a bit. Okay, whoops. I accidentally sent another organizer the link instead of.
The Zoom,
Can we not
unlike
compare?
its.
Yeah, let's be wholesome, guys. Whenever
The Zoom is
Simran
not fast
says,
for some reason.
okay, guys, here's the thing. Whenever Simran says stuff, whenever Simran says she's funnier than Aryan and better, it's all a joke because they're really good friends outside. Let's not rank people like seriously because that would
Yeah.
be just really sad and annoying. Okay, Hazik, my thing is lagging a lot. Aryan says, yes, guys, it's okay. We all know me is better. I agree with you, Aryan. So, Aryan, you're sometimes kind of funny too, okay? I'm trying to send the link in the chat, but for some reason it's not working. You
Hey,
might
it
have
came
seen it.
across.
Oh,
It
it
came
came!
across.
Hooray! If it
Yay.
doesn't work, then you see the instructions on screen where it says go to joinmyquiz.com. Do that if you can't. Do that if you can't, if I can't send the link, okay? Yeah, NatCon has better hosts, unlike our news networks. Oh, shots fired, huh? Was that Thierry?
Also, Mihir, I'm in this quiz. Let's see.
Hi, Thierry. Okay,
The
I'm
video
in.
shall crush you all.
Simeon, if you spam this once more, you will be removed. Okay, if Simeon Navalaka
Okay, what?
spams
Okay,
you are
sis.
way better than Aryan Simran once more, then please remove her from the call, okay?
Okay,
Just
you
don't
won't
spam,
be
guys.
removed,
That's
but you
all.
will be warned. And please don't spam because they are all good in their own ways
already
and
been
they all were amazing. So you can't compare.
Yeah, exactly, guys. Let's
the
be a
two groups.
wholesome chat. Let's be a wholesome chat. Let's not compare. Let's not spam. Let's be really nice.
I'm getting
Okay.
YouTube comments vibe over here.
Exactly. Let's be
Same
better
here.
than a Twitch chat. That's our goal. Okay. We got it, Lamar. Okay, cool. I hope you did. When will the debates finals start? I don't have the schedule on hand right now, but I know it starts
tomorrow.
Wait, hang on, not the debate.
Round
Yeah,
three.
exactly.
Debate finals are tomorrow, while round 2 results will be tallied soon.
NatCon organizers are the coolest. Okay, we have about 75 people. So let's start.
I'm in this
So
quiz.
this quiz is about giraffes, isn't it?
Wait, is this the quiz we already did? I hope so.
I think it is. So
Yes,
Hazik,
it is. Wait, I think it is.
Okay, Hazik is going to try to dominate this now. Hazik, you represent all of the NatCon organizers' hopes and dreams, okay?
Unfortunately, I have a
Don't
very
throw it
bad
away.
memory. So.
Good job.
Oh, hi, Ray.
Good job, Hazik. Hazik, you are our champion. Okay, he's got one wrong. Guys,
Yes.
all hope is lost. Mihir supremacy. Okay.
Can't spam rip because chat is muted.
We can't spam away because chat is muted. Good. So guys, we're gonna start the activity at 5 o'clock. Sorry, 4:50. So in about 5 minutes, we're going to end this. So this is probably the last quiz we are going to do for tonight.
I had a question about the activities. The chat is muted, so can I ask?
Can you please not unmute between?
Yeah, so we would request
you
you
can ask
to
your
unmute.
question on
If
chat.
you have a question, you could either, you could directly message one of the organizers. I would suggest you message like Aryan or Thie because they know more about the activity than I do. Or if not, then you could always drop us an email at natcon21.organizers@gmail.com. And we will get back to you quickly, hopefully. Okay, so this is so far the only quiz which has a negative accuracy rate. So you guys are getting more questions wrong than you are getting right. But, you know, this is still quite interesting. Hazik is in 3rd place. So everyone who beats Hazik in this quiz, you can say that you're smarter than a NatCon organizer. And so far, 3 people can
Mihir,
say
you're a
that.
host, right? Is it possible to give me like double jeopardy like 3 times or something?
I wish it was Hazik because I don't want NatCon's hopes and dreams to lose. Okay, so you guys cannot unmute yourselves now. The permission has been taken away. Only the hosts and the co-hosts can unmute without permission. Sorry guys, it wouldn't be like this if you didn't talk so much. But no worries, you can still communicate with us otherwise. I know that it's fun today and the urge to just unmute your mic and tell me how stupid I'm being when I don't know what blink is and stuff like that. I know it's overwhelming, but we do have some sort of, you know.
Hazik, I beat you.
We do have an organization to upkeep. Okay,
What's your
Thie
name?
finished
Oh,
second.
2nd place. That's good.
Well done, Thie.
That's
See,
nice.
guys,
I
NatCon
know.
organization. See, guys, NatCon people are smart. Where's
Yes.
Hazik? Hazik is all the way down in 6th. Oh, Hazik, this is terrible.
Look, it's very difficult to win the quizzes when you have like one brain cell, okay?
Vinay, I hope you don't beat me at this, please.
Vinay,
Okay,
go,
Vinay.
go, go. You can
Vinay
do this.
wins. Well played, Vinay. So Vinay and Ansh, congratulations. You are smarter than, you got more questions right than Thie. So you can go brag about that. Although you shouldn't do it in the chat because you would get banned.
Hazik is 8th, okay? So at least
Yeah. Well played, okay?
Yeah, but it's still good for someone with one brain cell.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna end the quiz as soon as I think Reva is the only person is the topmost person who hasn't finished. So once Reva finishes, I'm going to end this quiz and we're just gonna display the climate clock or we're gonna end this session altogether. It has been an absolute pleasure hosting you. And you guys have been a great crowd. You guys have been a great crowd for the most part. You guys have been amazing, but all good things must come to an end, I suppose. That is especially true in the case of One Direction. But yeah,
Yeah, they were going in one direction, right? So.
Ha ha ha, Hazik, you're so funny.
What?
Zayn left One Direction and my heart broke. Okay,
Yes,
I was never a One Direction fan, but yes.
Wait, who's Zayn?
He was one of my people.
Hazik, I'm
Candice
for not knowing that.
Candice
No, I see.
just beat
Like
Hi,
my cousin
Zoya.
used to listen
Hi,
to
Zoya.
Hi,
Guys, okay, so
Once
this
removed,
is
twice
the
removed. I don't know.
end for quizzes, and after this, we'll have activity finalists or participants present.
Yeah.
Aryan,
Yay,
are
it's
you
late
here?
the celebration music.
Yeah. Yes,
Can you
I
play?
So thank you guys and good night, I suppose. Okay, bye guys. Bye guys, I'm done for the day.
Okay, guys, Mihir will still be here, don't worry.
Yes, I know. You can
Yeah, Mihir
stare
will
at
still
my
be here.
name.
Mihir is
Yes.
not leaving. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Most charismatic NatCon
Wait, why is the
organizer
chat so slight?
ever.
Yes, the
No,
chat doesn't
Aryan, there
have.
was a lot of spamming happening in chat. Like there were 200 messages in 2 minutes, so we had to mute the chat for all attendees.
Oh no, that's sad. But, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
and we also had to mute.
You can unmute it now.
But yeah, don't worry. Because the activity
Yeah, but
participants.
we unmute. Yeah,
Aryan,
exactly.
let Zoya speak.
Yeah, Aryan.
Yeah, okay, so apparently all the people from the debate are now back in the main room. So hi guys, welcome back.
Hi guys, welcome back. And I have to say that was a really amazing set of debates. I think everyone did an amazing job. So congratulations.
Yeah, and the quizzes were amazing for you. So
Yeah, the quizzes were fun.
And because everyone was there.
Okay, so in the next 15 minutes, you will know whether you qualified for round 2 or not. So keep a watch on your email inbox. And for those of you who didn't qualify, please don't get disheartened because the quality of the debates that we saw in each room was truly outstanding.
Exactly. And now we'll have another break of 10 minutes so that your eyes don't get too strained. So you guys can just get up and walk around maybe and just like rest. And then after we come back from the break, we'll be having the activity presentations, which the people came up with yesterday. Which the activity participants came up with yesterday.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So now we'll have the 10-minute break and see you then.
Also, guys, just put in the chat which quiz you enjoyed the most. Then we
No,
use that
Aryan, the
later
chat
as
is
well.
disabled. They can't put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. Put in the chat later.
Yeah.
We see you guys in 10 minutes.
I've enabled the chat so we can have it right now.
Okay, everyone go ahead and type out what was your favorite quiz that Mihir conducted.
Okay, so it has a lot of mixed responses. Way too many mixed responses.
I just want to say that the only correct answer is walrus. So.
Yes, and giraffe. I came for.
Mihir, how many quizzes did you conduct?
I have no idea. Probably like 6 or 7, maybe.
What? When? When did that all happen?
Wait, hang on. I did the Marvel, Harry Potter, Walrus.
Mihir, you have to do a
Giraffe.
face reveal.
Okay, how
Mihir,
about
do a
this?
face
At the
reveal.
Giant
closing
Olympic
ceremony, I will switch on my cameras. Okay. At the very end of NatCon, I will switch on my
Everyone
camera, and you will get to see my
end
beautiful
for me.
face.
Face reveal.
Do you have your like?
Yeah, okay,
Do you have
Yes,
a
that's
reveal
why.
lead
That's
today?
why you guys should come. That's why you guys should come for NatCon tomorrow, because you'll get to see my amazing face. Okay.
Also,
That's
Zoe
fine
and
now.
Aryan, what are the results of the pineapple pizza?
Mihir's calculating.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So
But
I
I'm
would just
pretty
like to
sure
say.
that pineapple without pizza went. So.
Okay, so
Mihir's
according
on
to,
pineapple.
according to the chat, there were a lot of people saying that they didn't like pineapple on pizza. But I found out that Dwayne Johnson likes pineapple on pizza. He's publicly admitted it. And so I think that it's very clear that pineapples win. All right? I'm very sorry to disappoint any people from the no pineapple gang, but pineapples are eternal, as they say. Okay, the chat is very sad. It doesn't change your opinion. It doesn't change your opinion. It changes my opinion. Okay?
But still, you just make a rocky statement.
Okay, guys, now let's come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everyone. Okay. Hi, guys. We're back. I hope everyone's back too.
Yes, and so am I.
Yeah, that's why I said we are back.
Yes, but so am I.
Okay, so I think that's going to be the fourth time I'm ignoring you today. So, guys, by now, most of you should have gotten your debate round 2 results. If you didn't receive it yet, our team member Ved is just working on sending them as fast as he can. And in the meantime, let's begin with the activity presentations. To all the activity participants, when it is your turn to present, make sure that your camera is turned on and that your voice is clear. So make sure you have a good internet connection.
And also, we have come up with a very cool name for the activity participants. So, Zoya, do you want to tell them or should I tell them?
I'll tell them. So the activity members are now called the Army of the Earth.
I wanted to say it, but okay. Anyway, let's start with the presentations. The first team presenting is Sahil, Ania, Romer, Gargi, and Rabai.
Their idea
Over to
is
you guys.
okay, yeah. So their idea is an apocalyptic bunker, and I think that sounds really cool. So yeah, over to you guys.
So you guys can now share your screen and start presenting.
Yeah, hi. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a
Yes.
second. Yeah. You all can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so our idea for using an abandoned coal mine was to convert it into a bunker. So one of our team members came up with the idea to make it into a bunker, like a nuclear bunker, in case of like nuclear war. Like people could like stay temporarily in a bunker. And then we remembered the Hunger Games Part 3, Mockingjay. District 13 was completely underground in a mine. So our bunker is based on District 13 of the Hunger Games. So we decided to call it District 12 because in the Hunger Games, District 12 was a coal mining district. So over to Ania.
Yeah, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we would definitely make the settlement under the ground. As you can see in the side, the network of the tracks underground would be super helpful to us in terms of transportation and locomotion. Since most coal mines are already layered, it will help us make divisions and help us build more efficiently. On the next slide, please. We have kind of a blueprint for how the ideal settlement would look like. So if you'd like to take a look at that, and then over to Gargi for air and water related questions.
Yeah, so this is obviously a temporary settlement, right? This is only we're going to use this in case of emergencies. So ventilation, we have decided that we would take it somewhere from the outside, not because inside we don't want it to get very suffocating. So maybe through vents, we will provide air. Water, filtered water from underground. What that basically means is that we all know there is groundwater, and groundwater is actually very clean. And with a simple purifier, just made of rocks and pebbles, we can purify water for any use. Next slide. And over to Sahil.
Yeah, so for the agriculture, so of course, if it's not a really long time that we will be staying in this bunker, but we will need to be self-sustained. And if there is a nuclear fallout or any other catastrophe on the surface of the earth, we cannot rely on the food sources from outside. And that's why we'll need to be self-sufficient on our food sources as well. And the technology we plan to use is a technology called hydroponics. Hydroponics is a technology which is used all across the world, where a nutrition solution is there, and in which a plant is planted, and plants can actually grow without soil in it. And of course, with the water we are getting from the groundwater source and LED lights. So the basic sunlight and water source will also be covered for the plants. And like this, we'll be able to grow plants and cover our food source as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, thank you.
That ended right on time. Also, to introduce our judges for the activity presentations, we have Dr. Ash from yesterday, we have Ms. Komal, and we have Ms. Priyanka Prakash. So the judges will now be asking every team a question for about 2 minutes. So judges, your time for 2 minutes starts now. You can feel free to ask any question you want about the presentation.
Okay, I don't know about Komal and Dr. Ash, but if they would want to go first, or should I go ahead?
Go ahead,
Okay,
please, Priyanka. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ash. So I think this is a great concept. But of course, I think would require a lot of research in terms of the hazardous impacts that are left behind in abandoned coal mines. That's something you need to really look into. Even things like groundwater. A lot of testing would have to be done to see how it can be used. My one question would be that these bunkers are for emergency purposes, right? So what would be their use case, say, in the other times when there is no emergency? So would they be solving any kind of other purpose, or what? Did you have anything in mind in that sense?
Yes, we did. So the agriculture, like when we actually use the bunker, the food, it won't just grow up in 2 seconds, will it? So we will obviously use it as a farm, and like you said, we'll have to test it out, the groundwater and the hazardous chemicals. So it could be used as for testing.
Thank you.
Excellent. Oh, sorry, Aryan.
Anyway, I was just asking if you have any other questions.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, first off, I want to start by saying great presentation, wonderful, ideas and beautifully synchronized delivery. So thank you for that. Very, very interesting. I also think the idea is fascinating. I just wanted to check, in terms of, it's a little bit of a continuation, if I may, of Priyanka's question, actually. But I'm just wondering if you can elaborate a little, please. So it's really fascinating that you sort of anticipate you can use this for food and sort of dealing with the whole issue of the food insecurity that we know is a big issue as we speak. But what would be what would be the safety of the food, assuming that that's what you're going to use it for? How would that work out? Do you think that it would be really feasible, or is it sort of at this point really only a theoretical notion and you're wanting to explore this further? So I'm wondering, practically speaking, is there something that you have tangible in terms of knowledge, in terms of the safety of the food itself? Clearly, it's something that would deal with a very major issue. I mean, if you can really deal with bringing food out of this, it would be amazing. But I'm wondering how practical that would be in terms of safety. Thank you. Please.
Yeah, so should I answer? Anyone else wants to go? Yeah. So right now, yeah, it is just theory because we just came up with this yesterday. But so for now, I think if we start now and we continue to test, maybe several years into the future, we'll come up with a feasible plan for food. And even if not food, I think there are some bunkers, mines in Russia, I think, which are already being used as bunkers or settlements. So I think settlement-wise, it's pretty feasible. But food, I think we'll be starting. If we start now, there'll be testing, and maybe in the future sometime, it might be feasible.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea, and I think that as you probably know, the whole issue of food insecurity is a very big one. It's gonna get bigger. So I think I realize it's a theoretical idea at this point, naturally, but explore this and see if you can translate it into something that would result in safe, consumable output as far as food is concerned. Well done, you guys. Nice idea. Very, very nicely presented and delivered. So, congratulations. Thank you. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, thank you so much, guys. And I absolutely love the Hunger Games reference there. And now our next team is Geet, Atharva, Adarsh, Shara, and Sip Shiva. Over to you guys.
Yes, okay, I'll present my screen. Okay.
Abandoned mines are silent killers, threatening public safety and health, creating long lasting environmental hazards. Toxic mine waste endanger people and aquatic life. Abandoned mines constitute an intolerable threat to the nation's future. Now, these mines can harm our planet. So, what do we do? With so many problems already, how do we solve this? Shivam, do you have any ideas?
I don't think he's there. Atharva, can you speak for Shivam?
Okay.
Shivam's your
What?
Could we just get a minute or two? One of our members isn't there.
Yeah, sure, take your time. Maybe you can just continue.
Okay, wait, let me say it. Yes, I do, Sarah. Across the world, 2 out of every 3 acres of coal mines have been turned into some form of grassland. Only 18% of this land is converted into usable land, while 16% is left as undeveloped land. For the undeveloped land, we can make the soil fertile by using organic waste. Then we can invest in solar energy, which is a sustainable energy resource. Why? Solar energy could provide electricity to a whole village, giving key to education for lakhs and lakhs of children. A good education is a foundation for a better future.
The grasslands, on the other hand, can be used to rear animals, which provide us with sources like milk. Planting grass in an abundant coal mine is a great way to stop soil erosion. There you go, another benefit.
Save energy. Please be wise. Other energy being wasted. I don't like it.
Others, then you can think of something.
I found a way. Thermal energy can be used to power turbines. How? Let me explain. Mines have so much thermal energy underground. We can fix pipes in tanks and run water through those. Water will turn to water vapor. The same water vapor can be used to power a turbine. The pipes will made out of silicon, a material that does not corrode easily.
That's a great way, isn't it? We just have to do it now. The greatest threat to our planet is to believe that someone else will save it. Don't wait for the someone else. To do it, become that someone else.
Now I'll be presenting a rap on the same topic, and it's been written and composed by me.
Okay, guys, you have the last 30
Yeah,
seconds.
listen up. It's time.
You have 30 seconds left to finish your presentation.
Okay, so we can. The rap isn't that long.
Geet, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Geet?
I'm so sorry for the confusion caused. Sorry. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, yo, listen up. It's time. It's time. Time to save the earth. Abandoned minds are killing the planet. What do we do? We have a planet. I'm rubbing for the earth. For what I know it's worth. Yeah, yeah, we can turn them into grasslands where animals and make build brands, turn them into solar farms. So what you do isn't count. What we use to reduce plastic, the situation's complete drastic. Stop using plastic and be fantastic. Yeah, we can do this, just believe me, just try and you'll just see we're Generation Z. We're Generation Z. Let's reunite and win the fight. Hand in hand, let's save the land. Oh, let's save the land.
Yeah. I'm sorry again for the inconveniences caused. One of our team member wasn't there.
It's absolutely fine. And that was a very unique rap. Josh's, you have 2 minutes to ask them questions.
Maybe Komal or Dr. Ash want to go first.
Yeah, okay, I'll go. Firstly, I would like to say very nice presentation, team. And so my question to you, could you just give me basically a brief about how can you anticipate the disaster-related risk with the coal mines?
Can you please repeat again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so my question was, how can you anticipate the disaster-related risk with the coal mines?
I don't really understand. I think I'm having a network issue because.
Is there anyone from the team who would like to address the question?
Ms. Komal, even I am unable to hear you that well. So I think if you can put in the chat, it'll be easier for them.
So I think what Komal is asking is, I don't know if I'm equally audible, but she's asking, how are you going to anticipate the disaster-related risks with respect to coal mines?
So they do have some hazardous parts. Everything has their pros and cons, right? So if we know what the cons are, we can still further go ahead and try to solve them. But as of now, as we haven't really done it, we don't really know the cons, and I'm sure there's a way we can solve that problem.
Thank you, Keith. Priyanka, you can take the question, please.
I think it was a very interesting presentation. I love the rap music as well. It's always nice to make a presentation engaging. I like that y'all had different ideas with respect to what you can do with an abandoned coal mine. But I just want to ask one thing. I think one of y'all mentioned that y'all can put in solar energy to drive electricity and sustainability. So was the idea basically to make it into a habitable settlement? Or was it just for farming or just to, pull out renewable energy? So what did you have in mind in terms of turning that space into? Because I saw multiple ideas. So I wanted to know if you had one idea in mind or were there a range of ideas that you were looking at?
It was basically a range of ideas our whole team came up with. And for the solar energy, it's just for power, which can, there's a lot of uneducated people in villages, and educating them and giving them power through solar energy will also improve the literacy rate of India, and I think it's going to help.
Thank you, Geet. Thank you, team, and very well done. I don't know if Dr. Ash had any questions.
I just want to say I thought the presentation was super creative. I love the rap. Well done, you guys. And I'm looking forward to staying tuned in on your great ideas. So terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Obrat.
you, guys.
Thank you so much, Team 11. That was indeed very good.
Thank you so much, Team 11. That rap was amazing, Geet. I loved it. And now we have our third presentation by Anuria, Kanchi, Keshav, Abha, and Siddhant. The idea name is Goodbye Toxicity. So over to you guys.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
just a minute. I will just share my screen. Just give me a minute. Um, okay, my laptop's hanging. I'm sorry. Yeah. Uh, just a minute. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's fine, it's fine. Take your time.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I hope you can see my screen.
It's loading. I think we'll be able to see it soon.
Can you?
You can.
Yeah. Yeah. Anuria.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. So we'll be talking about a few environment-friendly ways to repurpose old and abandoned coal mines, and also a good way to kind of get rid of the harmful gases and chemicals that already do exist. Over to you, Keshav.
Yeah. So let's see what these hazardous chemicals do. So, well, these chemicals actually, so from the coal mines, chemicals like methane and CO2 are expelled. These chemicals are very hazardous, and cleaning these chemicals are not easy. So, what can we do to use these chemicals instead of expelling, removing them from the earth? As we know, methane actually helps us to warm the earth. So, methane is also needed. We cannot remove it completely. So all of us together have come up with solutions to either do to use up the coal mines. What can we do to the coal mines, and what can we use the methane and the CO2 for? So I'll start with absorbing methane and CO2. So um, it's actually very easy. So what happens is there are many plants, or well, a few plants which actually absorb methane. But as we know, all plants expel methane and CO2 and oxygen, as we know, and they absorb CO2 and methane. So plants like the our Christmas tree, as we know, it's also known as evergreen pine or evergreen fir. It is very helpful in absorbing methane. So it is a way to absorb the methane and the CO2. But the only
Keshav, not
downside,
to interrupt, but I think you forgot to change the slide.
no, it's here only. So the only downside is that the tree actually needs cold weather. Abhira.
Yeah, hey guys, my name is Abra and I'll be carrying on what Keshav said. So, how can we what is methane? Methane, colorless and odorless gas that occurs abundantly in nature and as a product of certain human
You
activity.
have 30 seconds left.
Biogas is the mixture of gases produced by organic matter in the absence of oxygen, primarily consisting of methane and carbon dioxide. Now, Siddharth will carry on how we can use this to generate electricity.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Siddharth, and I'm gonna explain how we can get electricity from this methane. So, as we know, many various technologies are used to generate electricity, and in principle, the chemical energy of the methane is converted into mechanical energy in a controlled system by a heat engine. So heat engine is basically a system that converts heat to mechanical energy, and this mechanical energy is then activated as a generator to produce electric power, and thus we get electric power from methane. Now Kanchi will be explaining
So
what.
I'll be talking about the carbon capturing, utilization and storage technologies. So it basically captures carbon from pollution sources like coal-fired power plants or cement factories factories and stores it underground or finds different ways to use this carbon. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Changes has labeled CCUS as a necessity rather than an option for keeping climate changes under control. And even though this technology is expensive, the prices will reduce as it develops.
Anuria, we are
Okay.
done almost. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. It's the last point.
Yeah, so there's a lot of water used uh, in the coal mines. So this water is used to reduce fire hazards and explosions, and it also manages the dust produced during the processing stage of the coal. Now, when the coal mines are abandoned, there's a lot of water that is stored in the mines, so that this water doesn't go to waste. We, uh, because it is underground, mostly because of geothermal processes, it gets really heated up, and hence it can be used as a source of heat and energy for manufacturing and other processes as well.
Okay, and time out.
Yeah, we are done.
That was pretty good, guys. It was a wonderful presentation. Maybe you can complete it. Maybe you can send us a presentation. We can send it to Georgia if you want to do. If you want done with it.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. I can send it in the NatCon this loop. I can
Yeah,
send it there.
perfect. Okay, so thank you, guys. Georges, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. You have 2 minutes starting now.
Yeah, sure. Just really quick. I was wondering if you could share your inspiration behind this idea. Like, how did you arrive at the idea, please? Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so first we actually started looking at the resources that were available, and we came across the fact that there was a lot of water that could actually be used. Um, so that was our first idea to use it, to generate electricity or use it as a source of energy. But what we also realized was that there's a lot of toxic and harmful chemicals and gases, and hence we also decided to come up with a. I'm sorry. So we also decided to come up with a way to kind of get rid of those, and because it's a very simple way. So you plant these specific trees. So you're also benefiting the environment because there's no dairy, and also where there's not a suitable climate, plant those trees. You can convert the methane into electricity. So we have kind of
Fantastic.
pounds of use, and then
Great. I just wanted to say it's a terrific idea and well done. Really cool presentation. Everything about it. It's very, very creative. Thank you. Well done. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
This is a really good presentation. All the ideas coming in today are really, really cool. So
Yeah, I
now,
completely agree with Aryan. So, yeah, Aryan, do you want to go ahead and answer next team?
sure, I'll do that. So now we have Chinmay, Arunjay, Arthika, and Dhruv from Team 16. Over to you guys. You can feel free to start landing.
Yeah, just a second. I'll share my screen.
Sure.
Yep. Okay, so you can see the screen now. You can see my
Yes.
cursor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey guys, we are Army of the Earth, Team 16, and we came up with an idea. And here we go. Just a second. Yeah.
What do you mean by bonded coal mine? An abandoned coal mine is a mine which is no longer producing or operational. Though definitions vary, an abandoned mine may be a hazard to health, safety, or environment. How many mines are abandoned in India? Out of them, 297 abandoned mine sites. Out of them, 82 mines are abandoned because of newer resources like solar, wind, or hydropower energy used in the nearer future.
These are the coal mines, 297 coal mines all over India.
why are abandoned mines an issue?
According to UNEP, abandoned coal mines are causing mainly health and safety problems. Many abandoned coal mines and hard rock mines emit acid drainage. They also contaminate the surrounding soil, water, and rivers with heavy metal and other toxic products like mercury, arsenic, etc. This process happens by exposure of iron sulfide minerals to atmospheric oxygen and water after closure of the mines.
Solution. Abandoned or inactive mines are generally sites where highly developed exploration, mining, or mining production ceased without rehabilitation. So, we have come up with solutions to what can be done with the abandoned coal mines, which can benefit the environment and the community, like growing forest, fill up the recycled plastic and make solar panel farm, water harvesting and make windmills. Obstacles. There are many obstacles that we face, the drawbacks while building this, like manpower, budgets and funding. We require raw materials and technical support, availability of resources such as solar panels, harvest tanks, etc. Legal, political, and governmental support from Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Environment, lawyers, and professional engineers and experts required for consultancy.
So the final idea that we came up with, and yeah, is that we replace these large coal mines and make solar panel farms to use, to generate electricity through solar power. We install windmill farms, and there are going to be windmills that would rotate around with the help of wind to generate electricity. And so basically, this is an eco-friendly, naturally obtained source to generate electricity and fuel, and 297 resource generating farms all across India, which is apparently, I think, if we take it all, like, so there are around 28 states, each state, and every single state in India, 297 farms. And imagine how much electricity and fuel will be generated. And not only that, it would also help the rural areas get a better infrastructure for electricity, which, because it's a scarcity there. Thank you
Guys,
so much.
okay, you finished right on time. That was a great presentation. And just before we move to questions, we have sent out all the debate results. And if you didn't receive a mail, you haven't qualified for round two. But like we mentioned earlier, please don't get disheartened, as it's more of the journey that matters, and all the presentations we saw were absolutely amazing. So yeah. So all of you who have qualified must have gotten a mail in your inbox by now, so you can go ahead and check. Georges, now you can ask the team any questions if you have.
Yeah, I think it was a great presentation. The fact that you all covered what the problem is, you looked at challenges, you've done some research in the 24 hours that you had. I had a couple of questions I'm going to restrict because we have time constraints. So one of the ideas you all suggested was filling it up with recycled plastic. And then I think someone correlated that to solar panels. So I just want some clarity on that idea that you all had, if I missed it.
So actually, the thing is that the coal mines, they're filled with all these kind of all the dirt, all the coal, and things like that. So we were thinking that let's make roads which will have a good base, a good foundation to keep these solar panels on top. And the road, and as for the I think I forgot to press enter on that, so like I was supposed to separate it. That's my bad. But yeah, we were supposed to make roads. That was just an idea. That was just a solution. And make roads, and we make our infrastructure, homes, or housing, or factories, for companies, or houses to replace for the poor. That was just one of the ideas. It wasn't like an final thing.
Yeah, no, great. Well done. I think a lot of ideas to extra. I would also suggest that you all see what are some of the existing things that are already being done, whether the ideas you suggested are already being implemented. That's something you can also look into. Thank you so much. Well done.
I just wanted to say I think that it was beautifully delivered. You guys were really nicely synchronized, very cool and very creative presentation. So I just want to say thank you. And needless to say, the idea is fantastic. It's really fantastic. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ash. And that was a really creative presentation. So now we have the next team, that is Aditya, Anish, Janvi, and Sharvi. So you guys can go ahead.
I'll just share my screen 1 minute. Good evening to one and all present here. The UN predicts that the world's population will grow by 1 million and reach 8.6 billion in 2030 and 9.7 billion in 2050. This increase, coupled with an expanding global middle class that is demanding higher quality food, will require a near doubling of the current food production levels, which today still leave 815 million people unnourished.
Yeah, so a very good evening to everyone. My name is Anish, and I'll be taking forward what Janvi said. So, so if we have a look, we can see that abandoned coal mines are just really dangerous if they're just kept idle. It's really dangerous because first of all they are using up land which can be easily utilized for uh, much much more productive purposes. They are contaminating the nearby soil due to the pollutants, release of methane, etc., and they're also polluting the surrounding water. So it is really important to make good use of these coal mines. So also the pollutants from these, such as sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide, are greenhouse gases, and so they also accelerate global warming, which is one of the really big issues that we are facing in today's world. And they are also taking up space for no reason. So it is important that we make good use of them.
So we thought of this idea of farming because coal mines could be transformed to farms to feed the plants for the growing population. And unlike the current agriculture, farming underground is unaffected by irregular seasons and the climate change. So why farming is possible in the abandoned coal mines? So the tunnels of the coal mines need less energy with the heating as they have geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat within the earth, and it is a renewable energy source because heat is continuously produced inside the earth. So when the mines are abandoned and the pumps which keep the mines dry are switched off, the galleries and fractures in the mines they fill with groundwater which is heated by geothermal energy from the earth's core.
Since there's no soil readily available, the plants would have to be grown using hydroponics, a method of growing plants without soil, instead of using nutrient rich water.
Yeah, so
Hydroponics is the way to skip soil, sub different material to support the roots of the plant, and grow crops directly in nutrient rich water. There are many vegetables which we can grow except like lettuce and tomatoes and much more.
yeah, so you all must be wondering what is fiber optic technology that you can see on the slide. So basically, what it is it's a method of transmitting light over a long distance where the transmission is uninterrupted, and also no light energy is lost throughout the transmission. So that's what it is, and that will help in the photosynthesis, which is required, which is the most essential process for plants.
These
Okay,
are the
guys,
pictures.
your time is up now. So Like I said to the previous team, feel free to send the presentation to us and we'll forward to the judges. But otherwise, it was a really good presentation.
Aryan, this is the last slide.
Okay, go on, finish it then.
So these are just pictures of hydroponics, fiber optic technology, and geothermal energy.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Judges, you can feel free to ask your questions now.
Super important idea. I just wanted to say that was very well presented and a really important idea. I think it has potential, and it would be amazing to hear how you move forward with this. So well done, you guys.
Thank you,
Congratulations. I really look forward to staying tuned.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. The next team is Pranjali, Aaron, Anika, and Kimia.
The stage is all yours.
Yeah. So, Anika, can you please present? Can you see the screen?
Not yet, but I think it'll load.
Yeah? Yeah, we can see now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Hello everyone, my name is Pranjali. I'm Kimia. My name is Anika.
And I'm Aaron.
And today, we will be presenting our thoughts upon the AML project, Abandoned Mine Lands. Here is our table of contents on the topics we are going to be discussing today.
Acknowledgements. We would like to thank NatCon for giving us such a wonderful opportunity on working for the environment. We learned lots of new things, and I am sure we all have had an amazing experience.
Introduction. Abandoned mine lands are those lands where extraction, beneficiation, or processing of ores and minerals has occurred. These lands also include areas where mining or processing activity is temporarily inactive. The problem statement. As the world moves from non-renewable coal to sustainable energy sources, more and more coal mines are left abandoned. Find a way to utilize these mines to benefit the environment and or the community. Solutions. Due to increased use of renewable energy sources such as solar and wind energy, the coal mines are left abandoned. There are many ways to utilize and reuse them. We have listed merits and demerits to doing this.
Solutions. Ideas. Man caves for garbage decomposition, storage for radioactive or hazardous materials. Abandoned coal mines could also be turned into underground farms.
Solution 1. Man cave for garbage decomposition. Garbage has become a huge problem right now. We eat a candy, throw away the wrapper on the streets, and what happens to that wrapper afterwards? Burning of garbage results into pollution of air. Throwing it in water just pollutes the ocean and other water bodies. What can we do to solve this problem? What if we stored it underground in abandoned mine caves? This would help us find use for them. Old caves along with helping us solve the garbage problem. Two birds with one stone. Storage for radioactive or harmful materials. Highly radioactive waste, often called high-level waste, comes mainly in two forms. One is leftover fuels that were used in nuclear power plants to generate electricity. The other is the waste made by facilities involved in nuclear weapons production or by facilities that reprocess and recycle used power plant fuel. All these wastes can remain dangerously radioactive for many thousands of years. For that reason, they must be disposed of permanently. Burying nuclear waste deep underground is probably our most simple and convenient option.
Abandoned coal mines turned to underground farms. Certainly, it is very ambitious and sounds absurd. But if developed properly, underground farms could be a possibility in the near future. Many young entrepreneurs have come up with solutions and ideas to take advantage of this. Mines also have geothermal energy which can help us grow the plants. Underground farming will also not be affected by different weather and climate changes. Science has proven this to be quite effective and profitable for investors to do in the long run. Here is a picture on how we could use it for planting.
Hey guys, you have
Cons.
left.
Cons. Sadly, there are some downsides to these solutions as well. Some of these solutions might be difficult to sustain over a long period of time. Due to being underground, this might be difficult to develop for agricultural and financial purposes. It might be difficult to execute proper tourism. And as for underground farming, plants and crops will lack natural sunlight. Some mines have been discovered to have hazardous and potentially fatal gases that can cause harm to plant and crops. It will take a lot of testing and precautions, but we are positive humankind can overcome these challenges as we have done many times before. Quote, if I destroy nature, I will destroy myself as well. I will lose all of my dignity. Hindu Ibrahim, an environmentalist and indigenous rights activist from Africa.
Thank you.
The Army of
Thank
Earth,
you.
Team 9.
By Pranjali Jain,
Aaron Gupte,
Kimia Mushtaq, and Anika Roikar. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. That was a really good presentation, and you finished right on time. You had about 2 seconds left, so good job. Judges, feel free to ask any questions.
Komal, do you want to go this time?
Okay. Yeah, it was really a nice presentation, and I really like the idea, like how you went step by step, and with your solutions, how you gave some obstacles that some of the solutions are not that easy to follow. So I would suggest that it would be great if you really build onto your idea, and we'll see that how it can go forward. It would be really great if you all can build up onto this. Thank you. Priyanka, yeah.
Yeah, I think again, great presentation. You all were so well prepared and well rehearsed, and you all had your points covered. Just one question that I had was with respect to garbage decomposition. So was the idea to use that space only for waste that you can compost, or was it for any kind of waste, say waste that even don't decompose, like plastic for that matter? So
our
is the
idea
intention to
was
use
mainly for materials that decompose, mostly organic and wet waste. But it depends on the situation. At a certain point in time, we might not have anywhere else to store our garbage at all. In 5 years' time,
Yeah,
10
so
years'
like,
time.
so we could also use the mines as storing the plastic waste, or like a place we can store them and then put it for recycle afterwards. And then also for natural waste, so we could compost them and form it to a manure.
Yeah. So basically, it should not end up becoming another landfill, right? Because there is already
No, that's not a
hazardous.
landfill.
Yeah.
But
So
if the plastic goes, then it would go for recycling, and it can be a storage for harmful materials, the hazardous. And for natural waste, it can be used for compost and manure.
Yeah,
For
you
sure,
should try and explore how it doesn't become much more contaminated or hazardous than what it already is as an abine. But very well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
so thank you so much, guys. And we still have about 12 teams left, but the debate round 2 starts at 6:15. So we have postponed the round 2 to 6:30 because there are a lot of people who will be presenting. And it'll be great if some of you could try to wrap your presentations faster, as then we can move to round 2. We now have the next team, who is Laya, Advait, Harsh, Jivika, and Reed from Team 10. Over to you guys.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen. Just tell me if you can hear this, okay?
Hello everyone. Our team comprises of my
Can you hear it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello everyone. Our team comprises of myself, Laya Vikram, Advait Godbole, Harsh Chaugale, Jivika Godbole, and Reeth Nemade. We are NatCon's Team 10 and we are representing Vidya Valley School.
Me and my team are super excited to share our solutions with you through this presentation. So let's go to the next slide.
We propose a solution for effective utilization of abandoned coal mines, whereby both the natural resource, coal, as well as the abundant space is effectively utilized.
So there's so much space available in these mines. Some of the coal is also remaining. So our basic principle is to utilize both the space and the coal.
A vast pipeline network will be spread out to capture the methane gas. The gas will then be transported to the natural gas production facility. After production, the natural gas will be stored in large containers and from where they will be transported via pipelines.
Methane is the direct byproduct of coal. This methane can be converted into natural gas, stored, and then distributed to houses in developing regions via pipelines.
Methane is a gas which is directly extracted from coal. We will collect this gas and then convert it into a natural gas. We will then supply it to households in the nearby region with the help of pipelines.
After all the coal is depleted from the mine, the methane storage facility can be converted into a water storage facility. The water can be distributed for agriculture and human use with the help of pre-existing pipelines.
Once all the methane is extracted from the coal, we will still be having the storage facility. We will be storing water in these tanks. We will supply the water to the households using the pipelines.
Benefits: transformation of coal into usable energy and effective usage of vast space.
We are making the natural gas using methane and are benefiting the nearby community. Thank you everyone for hearing us out today. And thank you, NatCon, for giving us this opportunity. We are happy to take questions if any.
Thank you so much. Now we can have the judges ask questions. Okay, so if there are no questions,
sorry.
no, okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, so I think that was a great presentation, team. I think it's very interesting how you all have thought about how you can support the neighboring community. But I think a lot of research still would need to go into understanding that even once methane is removed, is there still contaminations left behind? And we need to also look at the entire idea of we are not causing more any other problem by trying to solve one problem. So that would be one approach. But otherwise, I think that was a very innovative presentation and well thought out. So congratulations. I'm looking forward to seeing more research work from your end on this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I want to sort of echo that and say that I think the idea is really fantastic. I didn't get to comment on the previous presentation too, but I think your ideas are really great. And once you get to research further, I think that they offer a tremendous amount of potential, beautifully delivered. Well done, you guys. Really creative to turn out something like this in 24 hours. Well done. And more to go. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a really great presentation. Now the next team is Sara, Ved, and Arav.
Good evening to all the judges. I'm Sara.
I was a little unwell, so okay, he's here.
Good evening, judges. I'm Ved.
Good evening, judges. My name's Arav. Over to you, Sarah, to show the presentation.
I think Saurav's having some internet issues, so maybe if any of you have the presentation, you can go ahead. None of you have it? Okay, how about we just have your presentation after a few more presentations, and then by that time, Saurav should be back.
Yeah. Sarah should be back by the end, so we'll have yours after everyone's done. Is that okay? Okay. So the next team is Navya, Mrinal, Ria, Samaira, and Yash. So please go ahead.
Yeah, just a second. I'll share my screen.
Navya, you're on mute, so
Sorry. So, hi everyone, we're Group 1 from Vidya Valley, and we've come up with a few ways to utilize abandoned mines while benefiting the environment as well as the community. So, our solution is to build a recycling plant called Underland in the mine. So, over to Mrinal.
Okay, so I will be starting this presentation by answering the question, why are abandoned coal mines an issue? Mining strips away the vegetation and the vital topsoil. After these operations are ceased, the area is left unproductive and unable to sustain plant and animal life. So the next slide, please. This is a picture of a coal mine and Ontario.
So, what the recycling machines do? They recycle and reclaim waste plastic to produce raw materials from polyethylene, polypropylene, and other types of polymers. They require water and electricity to function. The downfall is they do produce volatile organic compounds which can be harmful to animal and plant life nearby. But as the location of the plant is relatively far away than usual industrial sites, it acts as an advantage of being placed in a coal mine.
Yash, onto you.
Yes, which recycling machines to be used? So the sizes of these recycling machines may widely vary. The size of these machines will be decided according to the size of the mine and space available in it. This will decide the scale of production done in recycling. If the machines will be bigger and area will be more, higher will be the production.
So, what are the advantages of making a recycling plant in a mine? So, deforestation will be reduced. So, as the plastic waste will be stored in the mines, land won't need to be freed of any plantation or vegetation. Wasteland is utilized and hence is cost effective, which makes it a profitable business idea for large scale businesses as it has no cost for raw materials and the land can be bought at a relatively cheap price. Plastic waste can be recycled, which can contribute to the environment. And obviously, that's such a big advantage. Less noise pollution. Plastic recycling machines make a large sound,
A plant being relatively far away from human civilization will decrease the impact of noise pollution on animal and human life. This is how it benefits the community.
So now we've discussed about the advantages, the types of machines, but let's just get into the how we're planning on implementing it really fast. So when you first enter an abandoned mine, it may not be suitable to work in. So after reconstructing the mine,
You have 30 seconds left. Yes, 30 seconds left.
sorry,
Go on.
okay.
You have 30 seconds left.
So after reconstructing the mine, the recycling machines will be fixed in them so that the space can be utilized for recycling of waste instead of just going to waste. The plastic waste will then be collected by small trucks from outside dump lands or wastelands, and this waste will then be carried inside the mine and will be recycled by our machines. The produced recycled goods will then be transported and distributed from the mine directly to the consumer specified space. So now just quickly to give you an example of how we can implement our idea. So just to give you an idea, the roads made out of how are roads made out of plastic. The waste of plastic is shredded into tiny pieces in recycling plants. And this serves as raw materials in bigger industries where they're melted and then mixed with certain materials to form the roads. So how does our solution come to play in this situation? The plastic required will be collected by our trucks and will be transported to the mine. Then our machines present in the mine will shred the plastic in order to make the materials required for the road. And then it'll be delivered to the consumer specified area to finally start the work. So the basic idea of our project is to establish a recycling center in the coal mine so it can be used to benefit the environment, like we just said, and help the community, like the advantages Navya mentioned. This is how underground plastic recycling plant will help benefit the environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If the judges have any questions, they can go ahead and ask.
I think that was a wonderful presentation. Again, a very innovative idea. It's amazing, team after team, how y'all have come up with different ideas. So my only question would be that, of course, you'll be setting up recycling plants there, but there'll be a lot of cost involved in also making sure that it's not a hazardous space for people to work there, because recycling plants would require people to be there and run it. So is that something that you've considered, that, because these are places where there are hazardous gases that are there. So is that a thought you have given?
Yeah, definitely. This was actually one of the biggest cons of this. But what we have come up to, so the space, the coal that is there's no cost for raw materials anyways, because we're taking it from wasteland. So that kind of balances out the whole scheme. But of course, that is a huge issue and we will think about how to work on it. But as of now.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing, but very well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think that, you picked on some really important subjects that oftentimes get lost. And I just want to underscore, probably for all, but this presentation too, that, thinking about the longer term implications of your innovation and ideas is really crucial. And I felt that you guys had thought this through very carefully. So, well done. I think that this is an idea that has a lot of potential. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. That was a great presentation. So the next team is Manaswita, Advita, Ananya, and Sanahita. That is team 13. So you guys can begin now.
Is anyone from team 13 here?
Yes, I'm back.
Sarah, we'll have your presentation after everyone else's.
Okay.
You make sure it happens at the end. So.
Yeah.
Manaswita, Advita, Ananya, is everyone here? Okay, so it looks like no one from team 13 is here. So we'll be skipping their presentation and checking if they'll be back in a while. Till then, we'll have Tanya, Shiti, Rasika, Vedika, and Ritisha from Team 6. Over to you guys.
Hi, I'll just share.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today, me Shri Sahai, Tanya Madan, Rasika Vani, will share. So today's agenda is introduction, problem, and we'll introduce us. Then we'll share the solution, share our solution basically. Introduction. With the coal mines across the country closing as the country shifts to cleaner and lower cost sources of electricity, the safeguards that were supposed to guarantee that the mines would be fully reclaimed are proving wholly inadequate. Decades of short-sighted, industry-friendly decisions by mine regulators have cut huge holes in the safety net that was intended to ensure that even abandoned mines would be cleaned up. And the coming wave of mine abandonments promises to overwhelm the system. Can we reclaim these abandoned sites? How can we do that? Let's begin. You're never too small to make a difference.
So the problem is, as the world moves from non-renewable coal to sustainable energy sources, more and more coal mines are left abandoned. Find a way to utilize these mines to benefit the environment and or the community. So we were quite confused initially, and we came up with quite a few ideas. First, if we have to start any project in an abandoned coal mine, the first process would be to clean it up and treat the nearby plants, if there are any, and clean the nearby area. Next would be our idea was to try fish farming through submerged cage culture, or even a site for boating with floating restaurants for tourists, which will guarantee a sustainable livelihood for the locals. We can also use them as solar farms, and reforestation could be possible after adequate cleanup and treatment. Even water harvesting is possible.
So one of the ways of reclaiming abandoned
Go on.
One of the ways of reclaiming abandoned mines is reforestation. For this, we'd have to contour the land and place topsoil on the graded area. We then have to reseed with native crops and monitor it for several years. Reforestation improves air quality, provides a wildlife habitat, and protects watersheds.
About fish farming. So in Chhattisgarh, an abandoned mine was transformed into a source of livelihood for the locals. It has not only helped the environment but also helped the state to reduce its unemployment and poverty issues. Basically, it was a win-win situation. The abandoned coal mine led to the creation of a huge water body covering an area of over 10.50 hectare with 1.75 kilometer long stretch and maximum depth of over 300 feet. A cooperative society of farmers, Mahamaya Fishery Society for Pisciculture. A women organization, Shiv Shakti Mahila Gram Sangathan, to manage the boating facility have been formed. So all the villagers had some work to do in the fish farming sector.
Solar farms, from the dirtiest source of energy to the cleanest abandoned coal mine, around the world are getting a second life as sites for large-scale solar farms. A majority of these abandoned mine land sites have never been considered for any type of use, and they have remained idle because of safety concerns. These are usually located in areas that may not be well suited.
Guys, time up. Are you guys wrapping it up? Or?
Yeah, we just have
Yeah,
one
this
more
is
slide.
the second last slide.
All right.
Okay, so these may not be located in areas that are well suited for commercial or industrial opportunities. Whether it is generating electricity for the grid or powering, can you go back? Yes. Whether it is generating electricity for the grid or powering cleanup activities, solar energy projects can provide multiple beneficial impacts that can restore and return degraded and underutilized landscapes to productive use. Floating solar farms also work more efficiently than land-bound ones due to the cooling effect of water, which saves the energy that might otherwise be used for cooling the panels. Also, these solar panels cover the surface of the lake, which can help stop evaporation and keeping the lake fuller longer. In the end, it's a win-win situation.
Okay, guys, I
Thank
think
you.
that was a very good presentation and good job, guys. So, Georges, if you have any questions, you can ask them. But before that, we have a small announcement. So we'll be closing the activity presentations right now, as the debate round 2 may get delayed otherwise. And all the remaining activity presentations, which didn't happen today, we'll be conducting them tomorrow. So you will have a chance to present tomorrow as well. And all the ideas that came in today were absolutely amazing, like the Georges said. So good job, guys. Now, Georges, you can ask questions to this team, and then we'll move to the debate round 2.
Okay, great. Thank you, Aryan. I think, again, a wonderful presentation. I think y'all are doing some brilliant work in 24 hours to research so much, and just for all the teams, I think, and to come up with these ideas, it's incredible. I think, like Aryan said, if you would get to see the presentation, that'd be interesting too, as I know y'all couldn't complete it. But I just want to say very well done. A lot of research has been done. I like that you all presented an existing example, which is very interesting. And that shows us of some of the things that can be done or is being already done with abandoned coal mines. So I think very well done. I don't have any questions, just comment that you all did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent work. I felt that you guys have researched this and your presentation was really thorough too. Just a big congratulations. And I wanted to say to you and to each of the presentations we've had the pleasure of hearing that I think these ideas are really solid. Think through what the long-term implications of your work are and take it forward. And needless to say, you have all our support. I just wanted to say you've done such a grand job. God bless you and well done.
So with that, we'll be ending day 2. Thank you so much to all the judges who could be here with us. Thank you so much to everyone who joined today. And for everyone who took part in the debate, for everyone who took part in the activity presentations, the quality of presentations, the quality of points we saw today was absolutely outstanding. And we ourselves got to learn a lot. And we'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. For those of you in debate round 2, we will be sending you into your breakout rooms any minute now. So all the best, guys, and see you at 3 tomorrow. We hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aryan, if you're doing the activity, can we leave?
Oh yeah, you can leave. So now debate round 2 people are the only ones who need to stay. Everyone else can leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Good luck, debate people. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, everyone. Very well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So for all of you who are still here, you will be moved into your breakout room in no time.